One of the most common questions I get asked is, how can coaching actually help people? So there's a couple of categories. I want to share them with you now. The first one is that coaching is useful for the clients, but it's also useful for the coach. So as I'm sharing how coaching can help, keep in mind that it can actually benefit the person who's learning to become a coach. And that's a major takeaway of coaching, is you can learn how to coach another person, but at the same time, you're learning about human behavior, you're learning about yourself, you're learning how to empower others, and really, you're learning about how to empower yourself even more. So it's a wonderful takeaway from coaching. So when it comes to helping someone, there are two major categories. There's what's called generative coaching, which is, think of that as helping someone move forward. And then there's what's called regenerative coaching, which is essentially helping someone rebuild a foundation for their life that has become a little bit shaky. So the generative coaching, this is the most well-known form of coaching as well. So regenerative coaching is about utilizing human behavior, which is understanding codes and patterns of what makes us do what we do, how to manage our thinking, how to get our mind working for us instead of against us. And so on this level, we look at things like communication. Relationships are based on communication, and a lot of people haven't been trained in how to communicate. For example, how do you validate someone? How do you talk about your emotions with another person? The language of relationships, or the language of emotion, or the language of love can be taught in coaching. Another major part of coaching, in a way that coaching can help, is to be able to help people find more meaning, more purpose in their lives through making better decisions, through aligning their goals with their strengths. A lot of people don't have their goals matched to their strengths, which means working out what you're really good at and then matching your career or your lifestyle to what you're really great at. Another really great part of generative coaching is discovering what your values are as a person and really getting clear on what drives you. When you know what drives you, you're really able to achieve your goals consistently, instead of what a lot of people do is they consistently yo-yo inside their life because they're not really sure what their values are and they don't really know how to make great decisions inside their life. So there's a couple of really key and wonderful ways that you can use coaching in what's called a generative sense. Now, sometimes you'll need to use coaching in what's called a regenerative sense. So think about it like this. You need to regenerate something. Something's kind of off, something's missing. The way I like to think about regenerative coaching is, imagine that it's your foundation. It's the foundation for your house, and the house are the things you build on your foundation. So if you have a good foundation, you're going to build great relationships, you're going to have a great career, you're going to build great self-esteem. And so the foundation is really made up of things like your identity, who are you as a person, the relationship that you have with yourself, and the amount of self-esteem that you actually have. And so when some of these things are off, coaching is a really great way to re-establish a deeper and more loving and a higher quality relationship with the self, with ourselves. Now, I find that the regenerative style of coaching it's life-changing, because there's so much that coaching can share with someone that a person maybe didn't get in their childhood, that didn't get in their culture, in their community when they grew up, and that coaching can bridge the gap for. Sometimes I like to call coaching reparenting. It's giving the client what they need that maybe they didn't get in their childhood when they were growing up. As a result of that, they start to feel like they matter more, and ultimately they start to create a stronger sense of self. Now, that last one, I think we all need a little bit of that from time to time, and coaching is a phenomenal vehicle for you to learn how to help someone with any of the things that I've mentioned today. And also, I think a major key takeaway is, I've been coaching for nearly 9 years now, and in my experience, pretty much all of us need a little bit of what I've spoken about. And so even the coach is not perfect, so the person learning to become a coach can start to apply any of these ideas to themselves to be able to live a greater life themselves, and then they can pay that forward to their clients. Now, if you've taken away anything from this video today, if you've resonated with it, I'd love to invite you to go ahead and click the link below. When you do, you'll head over to another page where I'd love to tell you more about a live global broadcast that we're running, where we'll talk about ideas like this one, and we'll talk about how we can apply them to our own lives and to the lives of others. Go ahead and click the link below, and I trust I will see you on the other side.